Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to be creating our snowman for our Starry night background. Now, I only have a 6-inch tall by 4-inch wide piece of paper because we don't want the snowman to be too large. When we put him on here, we want it to take up this whole paper, but we don't want it to be like a ginormous snowman, okay? So, I have a gray crayon that I'm going to be using to draw with because I want it to be lighter. But if all you have is a black crayon, that's fine. You could even use a blue crayon if you wanted to. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the snowman's hat. And we want to start up nearer the top of the paper, but not too close because we need room for the hat. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a curved line, just like that. 2 vertical lines, they're kind of curved in, and then a line over. And I'm going to create a stocking cap. You guys can create a beanie or a pointed hat, it's up to you, but I'm just going to curve this hat over, and then it's going to have a little end there. Now, I'm going to curve the snowman's face. One C curve here and one backwards C curve here. Now I want to draw a scarf for him. So in order to do that, I'm just going to do a curve right there, a diagonal line there, and a diagonal line there. It's a very slight diagonal. And then we're going to connect those 2 lines like that. Okay? I know it doesn't look like a scarf now, but we'll fix that when we color it. So now we need the second part of the snowman's body coming out right here. This little second ball. And I'm not going to make circles so much as I am, flattened circles, okay? And then the last one that he sits on is going to be the largest. And again, not really a circle, but more of a flattened circle. So in order for this to be more scarf-like, I'm going to, oops, didn't mean to do that. Draw it like that. Okay, so he tied his scarf. Now, I'm going to get my black crayon and I'm going to draw 2 eyes for him. 2 little coal circles for his eyes. I don't know why I like my eyes farther apart. It's however you guys want to do it. And then we need a carrot nose for sure. So we need to do a little curving carrot here for his nose. And then his little smile. So how many ever pieces you want to do for his smile. That one's a little far closer together. This crayon is very hard to get detailed with because it's really blunted. So there's his smile. And then you guys can choose if you want to do coal buttons or if you want to, what kind of buttons you want to do. I'm just going to do, my scarf is covering my other one. So now you can color your scarf and other things however you want to. I'm going to color his cap red like Santa's cap. And I'm going to do it nice and solidly too. In order to make it look also like it has some form or dimension to it, I'm going to leave it a little bit lighter in the center of the hat than I am on the edges, where it would be darker where it's going away from me. And I'll show you what that looks like as I come down. So I'm coloring very solidly on both edges. And then as I come into the center of the hat, I'm going to loosen up and not press as hard so that it's a little lighter in the center there. Okay? maybe on that bottom part it's still solid. So there we go. There's his hat. And I'm going to take this light blue crayon that's called Blue Green, and I'm going to shade the left side of his body very gently, very gently. You could even take another blue and do this same. You don't need to have blue green, but we want our snowman to have some form. Like he has a round ball. He's not flat, right? And then of course along the bottom he's gonna have all this be in shadow here, and then also along the bottom edge of this, just like that. So now he looks a little bit more rounded. Maybe it's a little bit darker along the very edge of our snowballs. All right, and then right in that crease in between their two body parts right there. Okay, so he needs his scarf colored, and I think I'm gonna go for a red and green scarf. I'm just gonna do stripes and maybe a green plaid. Alright, and I'm kind of coloring over those gray lines. That's what's nice about using gray, is it doesn't have to come to the forefront. Color over that, and then use this green crayon to create those plaid. There we go. So there's my snowman. I'm going to cut him out really quickly. And you can kind of try to cut off those crayon lines if you want to. They are not necessary for the look of the piece of art that we're doing. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with for this project. It's a fun one. You can get really creative. I'm going to cut all the way down into here. Get this out first. And then I'm going to go back in here and cut. This is, I tend to be quiet when I'm focusing a lot. Okay, so, get my Starry Night. I'm going to glue my snowman on right here. And the other thing I'm going to do is create a shadow for my snowman. Where's my glue stick? So remember, when we're gluing, that we always glue just on the edge. We don't need to put a ton of glue in the middle. Alright. Put him on there. A little lower, right there. And I'm going to turn this over and massage the back so I'm not putting my fingers all over my drawing. Okay, so there's my snowman. And he needs a shadow, so I'm going to take this darker blue and I'm going to color in a shadow behind him. And it's okay if you color over onto your snowman a little bit, because we're just coloring off the paper. Okay, same thing. This blue is just regular blue, I think. So just like that. And then these trees are casting shadows too, so we can kind of just, that moon is making them cast these shadows. This one's a little bit taller. And then this one's the tallest tree. And this one's pretty short. So we have some shadows there for our trees. And the last thing, because I'm thinking the snowman looks a little bit funny, is that I think he needs some stick arms. And I'm just going to draw those on and see how they come out. This is trial and error, people. Trial and error. And then this one can come be like, I'm out here on a windswept starry night. Oh my goodness, you guys. Love it. You could even go in with this light blue-green crayon and create some snowbanks in here so it's not just so plain white. It's all about like what you think looks good on your drawing. Alright, well, there you go. There's your snowman on a starry night. I hope you had fun. Have a great day.